Hello students, welcome back to Dr. Noor Fizdo Jahan channel, exploring the world of business management with Dr. Noor. So today I am here to discuss the contingency theory of leadership. So as I told you in my previous video, there are 4 contingency theory of leadership. The 2 we discussed is in my previous class and 2 in my previous video. Please go through the previous video to understand the first 2 contingency theory of leadership. Correct? That is the Fielder's model of contingency theory, correct? And path goal theory of contingency theory. Those 2 we have done it in previous video. Today I am here to discuss about 2 more contingency theory, that is Hersey and Blanchard situational theory, and one, correct, Hersey-Blanchard situational theory, and one more is about the exchange theory. So those 2 theories I will be teaching you here. So first let me start with Hersey-Blanchard situational theory. But before that, let me request you for something. Please subscribe to my channel. Please watch my videos. Go through all my previous videos to get an understanding of whole subject of business management and learn the management skills and become better human being and become better manager. So please keep sharing my videos and watch complete videos. And if you have already subscribed, press the bell button. You get the notification of my videos and watch my videos completely. And do write comments, and if you like my videos, don't forget to like my videos. With that note, let me start with the third theory of contingency theory of leadership, that is Hersey-Blanchard situation theory. Hersey-Blanchard is developed, as the name says, Hersey and Blanchard is nothing but the name of the people who have given this theory, that is inventor. Name of the inventor, those who have given this situational theory. So this model is developed by Paul Hersey and Ken Blanchard, right? Paul Hersey and Ken Blanchard have given this theory. This theory has been used by nearly 500 companies. Hersey and Blanchard theory, situation theory, very important theory, and used by nearly 500 companies, and it is widely accepted in military services and various organizations. And this theory is slightly different from all other theories I taught you, because almost all theories talks about only from leaders' perspective. Followers are completely neglected. This Hersey-Blanchard theory is only theory which talks about followers. It says how a leader behaves or what a leader should do should depend upon the type of follower he is having. So please understand your follower. Then decide about the type of leadership you want to adopt, a style of leadership you want to adopt. So analyzing follower is not there in any one of the leadership theory other than Hersey-Blanchard theory. That is why this theory is considered as very, very prominent, because this theory focuses on followers. No other theory does that. And here, the successful leadership is achieved by selecting the right leadership style which is contingent upon the level of follower readiness or maturity. So, situational leadership uses the same 2 leadership dimensions that Fielder identified. The Fielder identified 2 leadership, right? One is task oriented, one is people oriented. Hersey-Blanchard also uses the same. But he says, whether you want to use people-oriented approach or you want to use task-oriented approach, don't decide on your own. Decide on based on the followers you have. You have followers, those who need task-oriented become task-oriented leader. You have followers, those who want people-oriented become people-oriented. Follow the style based on followers. However, Hersey-Blanchard go a further step and either low and then combining into the 4 specific leadership behavior, that is telling. If they don't know anything, you have to tell them. If they know, tell them. They are expert, make them participate. They are super smart, go for delegating. So these are the 4 specific leader behavior one should adopt by considering either high or low, then combining them. The people related and task related you combine and you divide them in high low. These are the 4 styles of leadership what Hersey-Blanchard have given. Let me show you in form, correct, what this involves. So let me tell you what it is. The 4 style of leadership given by Hersey and Blanchard. First one is telling. So telling is high task, low relationship. Telling is you want the task to be completed. A relationship is not that important to you. So here we go ahead and tell them you do this. We just tell them and leave. Leader defines the role and tells people what, how, when and where to do various tasks. It emphasizes direct behavior. Selling is the leader provides both supportive as well as directive behavior. Not only tells but also supports how to do it. So high task, high relationship. Both are high. Task is also high, relationship is also high. Best style of leadership according to Harthi Blanchard is selling. Then participating, you involve them and only discussion will happen, work will not happen. So task is low, relationship is high here because everything is shared here, lot of time get wasted here. Delegating, task is very low, relationship is very high because leader provides little direction and support and leave everything to the employees, just like the free ride leadership style, what they adopt here. So that is what is delegating. So according to Harthi and Blanchard, you have four behavior of leadership: telling, selling, participating and delegating. The final component in Harthi Blanchard theory is defining the four stages of follower readiness. See, the follower readiness now. What kind of followers you have? R1 is people are both unable and unwilling to take responsibility. Theory X says, no, people are useless, they are not willing also and they don't want to do anything also. That is R1 follower. They are not competent also, no confident also. So a very low level of employees. R2 is people, they don't have ability to do but have willingness to do. They are motivated but don't have skills. So training will do here. Then R3 is people are able but willing to do what the leader wants. People are able but unwilling to do. They are capable. R3 is capable but don't want to do. They don't want to listen to the leader. R4 is people are both able and willing to do what is asked to do that. So best kind of follower what you can have is R4. Correct? And worse what you can have is R1. In between you have R2 and R3, but as a leader you have no option to select the people like this. 5 fingers are not same. How employees are same. Each follower is different. So identify the kind of follower and accordingly define your leadership style and involve everyone. Make everyone perform to the best of their abilities. You are leader. Your job is making people do their best. So you can't ignore the average people. You can't neglect anyone. You have to make everyone do their task. That is why define the people and accordingly adopt to the leadership style and go on. So if you draw this into the diagram, it looks like this. Can you see here, students? Harthi and Blanchard situation model. I put in x-axis task behavior, y-axis supportive behavior. So I put kind of employees R1, R2, R3, R4. I put here. Then so immature to mature I put in the category. Moderate I put in between. So and I've just drawn here. Can you see here, students? So if it is immature, so you have to, what kind of relationship? High task and high relationship, or maybe the role relationship and high task. So if you have high, very good people, high relationship, correct, the low task, or maybe low relationship and high task. So based upon the type of people you have and based upon the type, the leader is changing the style of leadership to match with the follower so that the follower are able to give their best in their performance. So that's a basic objective behind it. That's what we have under the third contingency theory of leadership, that is Harthi Blanchard situation model. Now move on to the last theory of contingency leadership theory, that is leader member exchange theory, commonly called as LMX theory. You come across this in most of the question papers. LMX theory is commonly asked. What is LMX? LMX is also a leadership theory that is classified under contingency model because this theory is also based upon situation. So it is the theories which are based on situation are called as contingency theory. The last theory of contingency theory is leader member exchange theory. This theory is proposed by George Graham and his associates. The LMX theory argues that because of time pressure, leader established a special relationship with a small group of their subordinates. Don't you think sometimes if you're working in an organization, you feel that your boss is close to few employees and he's not talking to you at all? You feel so bad about it. Maybe he's very busy, not able to spend time with everyone, but few people he spend lots of time. So their individuals make up in the group. They are trusted by the leaders. Why? Because leader trusts them. Leader likes them. So that's the first group. And leaders give attention to them and they receive a special privileges. Yes, whenever they want to leave, they'll get. Whenever appraisal is there, best rating is given to them. Best bonus is given to them. You can say leader is biased towards some employees. The first of all, he spend time only with them because he don't have time to spend with others. Since he know only them, correct? So he take them as a trusted people and he give full attention to them and give special privileges to them. Then what other subordinate will feel? You feel so frustrated. Where am I working? The leader never cares about me. Why should I work in such organization? Let me resign. Let me leave this organization. So because the other group, the other subordinates fall into out group. So that group is called as in group. The other group is called as out group. So in group is his pet group, whom he takes care like anything. Out group is other subordinate. They get less of leader time and have superior subordinate relationship. Please understand, the out group get less leader time and have superior subordinate relationship based on formal authority. The relationship with the leader is very formal. So leader don't know much about them. So he just give them the task and appraise them based on task. Personal level, he don't try to understand, nor he is interested in them because they are an out group. When a leader, see most of the organization today, if you see education institutions or if you see corporate, this is the problem what leaders are doing. They are dividing the people in two groups, in group and out group. In group, most of the people, I don't say it generally, but my experience I am telling you, most of the in-group people are not capable ones. They are not capable. They are not good. But since leader like them, leader is biased towards them, they get all the benefits. Out-group people, maybe the best capable people are there, but not in good books of the leader, deprived of all the benefits what they deserve or what they have to get. So in long term what happened, they quit the organization, they go and join some other organization, the other organization will get benefit, you lose. That is why the leader should not be doing that, but that's how leaders are. After all of us are human beings. We have our own life, we have our own dislikes. So here itself, the LMX theory come into picture. So LMX, leader member exchange theory. So what we should do here? Graham and his colleagues emphasized the elements have evolved in various stages. So the Graham conducted, correct? So this, as you know, this theory is given by Graham, George Graham. So George Graham and his people emphasize on elements have evolved in various stages, and they try to analyze how this happened, how these in-group and out-group are formed in the organization. What exactly happens here? They try to understand here, and they found that the discovery of differentiated dyad. So they found that people are being differentiated in two groups. An investigation of characteristics of elements relationship and their organization outcome, they try to investigate it, and aggregation of the differentiated relations to the group, and they try to aggregate of differentiated relations to the group. So the theory and the research provide evidence that leaders do differentiate among subordinates, and they found that yes, there are two groups in organization, and the relationship of boss towards in-group and out-group is completely different, and they feel that yes, the theory provides that evidence that leaders do differentiate among subordinates. This is related to the performance of employee and their satisfaction. And definitely, see, performance will be very high, but satisfaction will not be there. Some low performance, they'll be highly satisfied because leader is there to take care of them. So this should not happen, but most of the places, based on the situation, this is how the leadership is evolving in 21st century. Most of the leadership are falling under this category. It is the reality which is happening now. So the theory, LMX theory given by Graham, so talks about this phenomena, which is problem in today's organization. The superiors or the leaders should never do this, because they may get deprived of the good employees of their organization and may end up having all substandard employees in their team, and the best talent may quit the organization and go. That is why the leader has to be very careful in this situation, and they, as far as possible, they have to ensure that there is only one group, that is follower group, and one person leader as unbiased, just like father taking care of all children. Correct? No one is left as an orphan. All the children are being taken care with the same care and concern. The leader should take care of all the employees in the same way. That is what is expected here. That is what we have under contingency theory of leadership, students. So this ends the topic, the theories of leadership. Almost all theories of leadership in detail I have taught you. We started with the trait theory in my first video. Then started with behavioral theories in 2 videos, then contingency theory in 2 videos, total 5 videos. I have taught you all the theories of, some 15 theories of leadership in detail. I have discussed in 5 videos. Go through all the 5 videos to understand the leadership theories in detail and understand how leaders are evolving and how leadership styles are changing over a period of time. So this ends our discussion on leadership. So leadership chapter comes to an end here. So next class we'll continue with the motivation chapter. So as you know, students, we are doing the direction function of management. So there we have done with supervision. Then we did with leadership. The next class I'll talk about motivation, then communication, then coordination. Then we are going to end this module, end this whole subject. We are left with very few topics in this subject. So please go through all my previous videos and be eagerly waiting for my next video to talk on motivation. Till then, take care.